What is up, everybody? FC Racers here, and I'm joined by the one and only Chai Kitty. How is it going?
Hey, good. I'm excited.
Yeah, this is a very exciting match here. We've got blackpear going against Psyched. For those of you that might not be aware, their PBs are literally just a few frames apart. So this is about to be absolutely nuts. I'm definitely looking forward to it. Is this a pre-recorded match? I think so. So we're just gonna jump right into it.
All right.
Now, Chai, I guess you could say that you're pretty knowledgeable about any percent.
Yeah, I would say
so. just a little bit.
Yeah.
And also with these runners as well, as you've been a part of Pace for season 1 and 2. What are your thoughts on this? Who do you think is gonna pull out in front? Like, what are we? Give me the skinny here.
Yeah, so I've been keeping up on the stats a little bit, and I know that it seems so far that this season at least Psyched has been playing a little bit better than blackpear consistently, but I definitely wouldn't count him out, given that their times have been fairly close. So, and anything can happen because I know Psyched goes for 6B. I'm not sure if blackpear is doing that as well, but that of course has a big opportunity for just volatility in the run. So
yeah,
that could come into play always.
And I believe everybody that has gone for 6B, like, it hasn't been a catastrophe from what I can tell. Like, I actually
yeah, I mean that's good. Yeah, it's like it's one of those things. I think to do it is fairly safe as long as you have enough practice with it, but it just takes a long time to actually get to that point. But I know Psyched has been doing 6B for a while now, so I think he's probably like fairly decent at it. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I actually tried to do 6B myself earlier this week, and yeah, I don't think I'll be incorporating that into any percent run that I have for quite a while. So.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, FC, I've also recently here and there done a 6B attempt or so, and it's not pretty on my end either. So
yeah, it's like at least it wasn't to the point where if I was playing 6B IL versus Marlins any percent, that he has a chance of beating me. So, but it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. Maybe if I did Summit a 7B, like he might be able to finish an any percent run before I finish that. So. But we are moving into old site here. Psyched having to make a back here.
It almost looked like he was like trying to get the berry for a second.
Yeah, because I know if you don't do your dash back,
yeah,
do a spike jump and move yourself up. But it's allowing blackpear to have
really close right now.
Well, we got Aaron T coming through with the stats here.
Actually, it looks like blackpear is ahead by about a second. Because keeping in mind the timer desync.
Well, we have a lot of rooms still in old site. I mean, old site for the most part hasn't been a problem in the league. So
yeah, old site is one of those chapters where the precise movement comes into play. Typically, you won't see any big deaths in old site. However, it can definitely separate runners who are able to get down that really precise movement to save that extra time, or making those small mistakes that lose a little bit as well. So far it looks like Psyched having a little bit of and as I say that, blackpear actually taking a death at the end of that long room. See, I'm new to this and I'm already having commentators first.
Already.
Sorry,
breaking in. Oh yeah, and blackpear's having no.
Okay,
nice.
Oh man.
It looks like he's going for a different strat there. I mean,
yeah,
he's having a little bit of hang up there, but we still have plenty of game left, so it's not too much.
Oh yeah, no, it's Psyched. I mean, yeah, Psyched having a little bit of trouble there on the awake section as well, but just making his way through. And Psyched is finishing old site at 325.
Yeah, blackpear probably gonna get
blackpear, yeah, not too far behind, having a much better awake section.
340-ish.
Yeah, about. So yeah, it's about 15 seconds, but I mean, it's just the start of the race. I mean, anything can happen.
especially with Celestial Resort and Golden Ridge coming up.
Yeah,
so just, you know,
that's when it really starts. The difficulty starts to ramp up for sure.
Like, I don't know if either of these runners go for the blockless strats in Golden Ridge or not. So
I think a lot of people at this point are going for the first blockless one. That one, if you mess it up, it loses, like, I'm not sure on the exact timing, but it can get pretty significant depending on which part you mess up. But I mean, obviously there's potential to save there as well, or, you know, go with the consistent alternative.
Yeah,
so we'll see what they choose.
I feel with the fact that both runners' times are very close, I think playing this, I don't know, it's like you can go risky, and if you get it, it's going to be huge, but at the same time, if you want to stay safe and consistent, that also could be an advantage.
Right, because yeah, it's so much different doing versus in just doing it like a PB attempt versus a race. The mentality. It's
like, do I want to go for broke, or do I want to just play?
And it's like a balance too of doing what's comfortable also, because it's like you can play it safe, but end up actually it not being safe because it's something you maybe have practiced less.
I thought blackpear missed the key there for a second.
I
was like, oh no, we got the retry though.
No,
oh no.
I do that a lot. I feel that one.
So
yeah, Psyched actually doing really good so far in this resort.
Yeah, nice 143 coming out of crates for the IL time here. Getting set up here for this ultra. Nice and done.
Oh, what the heck?
Wow, he can go for that.
Did you see that on blackpear side?
I sure did.
Dang.
He's like, we're not touching down, we're just gonna go for it.
I've seen that before. I've never seen someone actually do it in a run. That's pretty crazy.
I wonder if blackpear's gonna go real crazy and just like opt to not do Bub's drop in 5B and just do the strat that he had before. Does that mean,
you know, if anyone would do it, it would be blackpear.
Oh yeah.
If anyone would go for the red corner, I think it would be him.
Because that is faster, right?
It is faster, yeah.
Yeah, but
it's not dramatically faster, but it is by like, I timed it. I don't remember. I think it was less than 2 seconds, I think, but it was like a second and a half or something like that faster. But yeah, because blackpear used to do 5B in his runs before Bub's drop, so he was he was definitely well practiced with the dread corner. Oh, and that save from blackpear, he jumped off the ledge and then he jumped off of the corner before he hit the dust bunny and still set up the dash. So that was pretty crazy.
Some good ad-lib play there. We got
that was a really good save.
Psyched is getting into elevator shaft here, about to come to our beloved demo, tried and true.
Oh, and he gets it. Nice.
Not getting the follow-up here in this room, but that's all right.
Yeah, that's the hardest room in the run, I think. The one Psyched just finished.
Yeah, especially when you go for that, was it task strat? Yeah.
I think it's funny that we're still calling it the task strat, even though people have been doing it for like a year now.
Yeah. I mean, nicknames.
Blackpear's going for it.
Nicknames are hard to break.
And he hit the. I think he thought that he had fallen down onto the floor, but he hadn't quite yet. It's gonna cost him some time. Yeah, so Psyched definitely putting extra ground between him and blackpear in this chapter, but as I say that, he's making a mistake. Oh, and he actually takes a death on that final room. Yeah, once you get off cycle here, it's really nasty. Let's see if he's able to back this up.
Oh no!
That hurt.
The confidence in that crouch. Just like, yep, no, I'm fine. Oh no!
Oh,
I don't even know. Could he have gotten out of that? I mean, I feel like he was committed.
We'll see, because the thing is, if he hypered, he would have hit the dust bunny. So I was worried he was gonna do that, but then he just stopped, and then Oshiro got him. Oh man! And just like that, blackpear's in the lead. But not by much. This is a really close race.
Yeah, this is really close.
Wow. Man, Psyched, he had such a commanding lead there. Just like that. But yeah, okay. So yeah, here we're going on to Ridge. So we're gonna see pretty soon those blockless strats that we were talking about. We'll see what they choose to do on those screens.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Blackpear there.
That was close from Blackpear there, but yeah. Saving a little time over Psyched on that room.
And RTA is looking similar, but again from the IGT, Blackpear is got a few seconds ahead.
And there's first Archie from Psyched, quickly followed by Blackpear.
So Chai, since 80% runner here, extraordinaire, how in your runs and your attempts for PVs, how often are you resetting in Ridge?
I mean, it kind of depends. It kind of depends on the day. Like lately, it's usually like some days I'll have more trouble with Resort than Ridge. And it also depends on what kind of strats I'm gonna go for. Oh, and Psyched taking a death during the Ultra there.
Oh, but Blackpear going for
Blackpear does the ceiling pop strat. Oh yeah, it looked like Psyched, he didn't bring the box high enough. And then he like held jump or something. He bonked his head on the ceiling there. Oh man. I definitely respect the move of going for the safe strat, but too bad that time he missed it. But yeah, good on Blackpear for sure for nailing that.
Yeah, that could
on the first try.
That could be like the game changer too for the race. Just like,
yeah, I mean, because for one, Blackpear saves about 2 seconds by doing it, and then also, Psyched took a death there, so that ended up being a really good room for him.
He's going for
okay, yeah, both runners opting to not go for the second blockless. They're just taking the Worgenflorgen.
I can't. I'm sorry. I know that's named after somebody because I've seen the name in your chat, but I can't not laugh at it because the name is so good. I'm sorry. There's no disrespect to Worgen.
It's such a good name. Yeah.
But it's just like I feel like I need to develop an accent. Like Worgen. Just gotta really hammer it in, right?
Yeah.
And actually,
yeah, no, he's cool with it. I asked him if I could name it after him, and he's like, I thought it was great. Ooh. Oh, Blackpear taking a death on the big long snowball room there.
Able to have a nice
covering that pretty nicely though.
Oh no, but the next room.
Oh man, okay.
So
and just like that, we got another. Oh, but yeah, it looks because they're at the same point right now, but actually Blackpear is ahead by looks like about 8 seconds because of the timer desync.
Oh no! Oh my god!
Buffered his dash out of the. Oh my gosh.
Oh no!
Yeah, that can happen if you're not careful. If you dash down right too soon, you have to wait till you pop out of the bubble.
That could give Psyched the lead here.
It's close. I don't think so. I think Blackpear is still ahead by a couple seconds. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 2.5. Still though, he had a very strong lead all the way through Ridge, and then just. I wonder if nerves are coming into play because both runners are aware of how close they are in regards to.
Yeah, I'd be curious if they're watching the restream because I know when I was throughout both season 1 and 2 I just didn't watch it. I just tried to just play. I found it distracting to see where my opponent was, but yeah, I mean all things considered though, Blackpear didn't have that bad of a Ridge because when they were starting. Oh man. Okay, that's not going to be terribly costly though if he can. Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, I mean like going into Ridge, he was ahead by like 4 seconds. Then exiting, he was ahead by 2. So, all things considered, Psyched didn't have the best Ridge either. So for the sake of the race, I think it was fine for him.
Thanks, Blackpear getting the cutscene skip there.
Okay, missing the depths corner boost. See if Blackpear can get it. Oh, he misses it too. That's all right. Oh, that was that was close.
Yeah, also knowing that they're close together too, like I feel that nerves can come into play, but if someone is like able to really play well under the pressure, it could make a huge difference. Like they can make some game breaking moves. I mean, like the blocklist that Blackpear went for. It's just like
yeah. I definitely wouldn't do that in a race. I don't think.
It's like he could have had the mindset of like, well, I'm not having the best run, so I'm probably behind, so I need to make some moves and make some stuff happen.
All right, yeah, and so now that we're going into 5v, we'll see if blackpear does in fact opt for the dread corner. Although I really think that's a long shot, but it's fun to think about.
It's always exciting.
It's definitely fun to think about, but I think just doing Bub's drop is going to be the play here. Oh,
speaking of,
oh no, blackpear.
Oh no! Oh no!
He missed it too.
No. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I saw that he kind of fell down a little bit, so I think he was anticipating getting that screen transition.
Okay,
But
Psyched gets it on the second try.
Oh no! And now blackpear missing
Blackpear
that.
dying to the chai boost.
Yep. That trick it looks clean. I love it a lot. And then you just do this and right up and then just whoop. Oh no!
Oh no, blackpear.
Not like this.
Man, yeah, Bub's drop is just one of those tricks where when it gets you, it gets you. And the worst time for that to happen is in a race because it's so costly. Each one of those, okay, good, you got it on the third try. Each one of those misses is about 10 seconds. So Psyched did of course miss it once himself, but he definitely gained a lot of ground on blackpear there. Yeah, and blackpear is going for the really aggro strats here in 5B.
Oh, yeah.
Fortunately, that worked out for him there.
Guarantee you, I like that new move. Hate to see it. Oh my god. So, oh no. Trying to get that block there a little sooner and unfortunately taking a death. Yeah, this could.
Ooh, Psyched recovered that really nicely there.
They might have some great movement here coming in through the mirror.
Yeah.
But now Psyched with Theo.
Yeah, Theo is going to could definitely be a factor. There's some really tough movement here in this screen that Psyched is in right now. We'll see what he opts to do.
Can we get someone to just do a tutorial on this screen? Because I don't know.
Oh
like,
no!
Oh no!
Yeah, see, he didn't extend his dash there, and so he wasn't able to dash out of the way. Okay, there we go. He gets it on the second try. But yeah, though a death there is very costly.
Because like I watch you guys do that gauntlet room so many times, but if you were to tell me like how to execute that, I'm just like, I don't know.
It's
so
really
much,
hard, yeah.
There's so much going on. Like I have my own strat, but it is way slower than what you guys are doing.
There's what Psyched was going for was the fastest version of that room. There is an alternative that is slightly slower, but it's not dramatically slower. And I think it's a lot easier. Okay, let's see if blackpear is able to make up some ground here.
So we're seeing blackpear actually going with a more safer / consistent strat there than all those crazy shenanigans that you guys be doing.
Yeah, it looked like he mostly did, at least for the third. It's like because there's like those four rooms with the buttons. The third one is the hardest one. He did the aggro strat for the.
Oh no! Blackpear, please.
Gosh, blackpear. I've done that before. It's a nasty one. Okay. Man, blackpear really losing some serious ground there on 5B. But the race is only halfway over. I mean, and especially because I know Psyched is going for 6B. So
yes, this is going to be very interesting too, because like if nerves come into play, like Psyched could have just always doing 6B, but put in this situation, it's just like.
Yeah.
Can you do it?
Oh, he misses the Robo's nonsense. Okay. Okay, good. Oh. Yeah, but I mean, some of those screens on 6B, like if you die in the wrong spot, it's nasty. The time loss, huge.
Because like every room is ridiculously long, and it's just like you have to. It's not like a couple of the other screens in 6A where it's just like, oh, you could potentially die like very early, and it's like like a 2-second, 3-second loss. But
yeah,
getting in some of these longer screens, it's just like, oh, well, I just lost 8 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, there are those screens as well in 6A. However, the general difficulty of the battling segment in 6A is much lower, so those deaths are much more rare. Okay, and blackpear is in fact going for 6A. I like this play. We'll see how they do. Psyched so far, looks like he's doing pretty good job.
Yeah, it's pretty clean so far.
Nice, he's getting through that screen. That's one of the most challenging screens that he just cleared.
I hate that screen. That's not a fun one.
Oh, blackpear taking a not too big of a death.
Making it blazing through these next couple of screens.
Yeah, that was a nice ultra. I don't know. I always have that ultra that blackpear just got is always challenging for me.
Nice, that bumper skip there. Blackpear patent. I don't know if it's patent or not. He was the first person I seen do that. So I was like, ooh, I like that. Going for top route.
I think it's actually harder to do it that way that blackpear just did. There's like a more consistent setup that I use.
For top route? Or for the
for the one with the bumper that you were just talking about.
I'm actually trying to incorporate top route into my 80% run.
Yeah, that room's kind of hard. I think it's worth it though, because
I think it's just the initial setup. Like the first bumper that you need to get to is what always gets me. Like even if I mess up.
Yeah, that's the hardest part, getting to the first bumper.
Like if I mess up the second one,
it's like that was
pretty cool.
Dude, Psyched is like actually killing it right now. This is really good.
Yeah, this could be the game breaker too. But you got battling coming up.
Yeah, like I mean, I haven't seen him make a mistake yet in 6B.
You better be careful, Chai, because we are commentating.
Yeah, I mean it's true. Although wait, you did say this was a pre-recorded match though.
Still. Our curses transcend time and space.
Alright, Psyched is going for the feather skip.
Ooh,
that's it.
Wow.
That's a fun skip to do.
So blackpear about to get into his battle and fight here.
Oh, having some trouble with the Kevin block there. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to give this one to Psyched so far. If he like barring any big mistakes in the last little bit. I mean, granted, the last little bit of battling is kind of the most difficult part. But unless like if he keeps this up, he's gonna have a really nice lead because blackpear hasn't been having the best 6A.
Yeah, just a couple mistakes here and there. And again, like you said, Psyched 6B.
Psyched 6B is just on point right now.
Yeah. Very textbook, very just like, this is how it's supposed to be.
Nice, he gets that.
Like, I don't know what his IL is for this.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But as someone that, took 20 minutes as their PB for 6B is 20 minutes, this is very impressive. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, he's really killing it right now. He's got to be nervous with this 6B pace. I don't know. I mean, I don't actually like know what pace he's on right now, but I assume he's like this looks really good.
I mean,
like it looks like a really low 420, which does save time over 6A world record. Wow, that was a phenomenal 6B from Psyched.
Yeah, that was very wow. Yeah. So it doesn't look like he is in striking distance for a new PB. He'd have to get a 753 in Summit.
Yeah,
but
that's doable.
But TB, I don't know how I don't know his times for Summit or not.
Yeah.
So like a tremendous pace, and
yeah, that 6B was honestly something else.
So unless
yeah, like I don't know what that translates to like in comparison to like a 6A time, but I'm pretty sure that is faster than the fastest 6A. Oh, blackpear, no.
Oh, no.
Oh man. Yeah, I gotta say blackpear, it's really not looking good for him. Especially like if Psyched, like I mean he's coming off that high off of that 6B. Like if he plays anything like that in Summit, blackpear is like not gonna have a chance.
And we do have a sync right now too, so this is exactly where they're at. It's gonna be like blackpear's gonna have to really claw his way up. Like I figure that Psych is probably going to get into 1,000 before blackpear gets into Summit. So it's going to take a lot. 1,500 is going to come out. Like 1,500 is going to have to come out real nasty.
Yeah, I mean, like, Psyched. I mean, because the thing is too, like, it's kind of weird to look at it in that way. Because like even if suppose blackpear plays like a perfect Summit, like he needs Psyched to lose like a minute and a half.
Yeah.
It's like it's kind of hard to think of it in those terms, but that's kind of the reality.
Right, we see Lucian coming through with the stats here too. That 6B that Psyched had would be 4th place on the board. So that
wow, that's pretty crazy. I mean, because the thing is too, for the 6B leaderboards, like those aren't necessarily times like people. I mean, a lot of them are times that people got in a run, but it's like I know that the world record is more like IL strat stuff that you know most people wouldn't want to do in a run. So yeah, that was definitely really good 6B.
Actually, yeah, I'm curious if Psyched is actually going to submit that as an ILPV, because that would knock Evan's fight down to 5th place, who has a 425. So,
oh yeah, I think Evan's fight got something faster than that, but I don't know if he submitted it. I'm not sure, because I know he was doing it in his any percent. I think he had one that was good.
Oh, it's like losing a little time here in that first screen, but was able to survive.
Yeah, here's where it's gonna get crazy for Psyched. This screen and then the next one. Herbal. Yeah. Okay, so that's good. Okay, opting for the safer cycle on that room. I like it.
Into the Frankazi room, and I mean, this is still pretty good. Of course, I'm always, every time that I commentate, I always compare to like what my times are. So it's just like I usually hit this. If I can hit this at sub 330, I'm golden. Like if I hit battle in there, so.
Oh yeah, I usually try to go for sub 3.
Jeez. Well, I mean, to be fair, we have about a 6-minute difference between
there's a bit of a deficit there. Yeah.
A tiny bit.
That's okay.
No, I'll get there. Don't worry.
Oh yeah.
I definitely have mentioned it. I mean, there's like actually, I mean, I'll take a minute to hype up some wonderful low high tier. Is that what we want to call this here? It's hard to say. But there's a lot of runners that are like, on that cusp of like between 30 and 35 that are really trying to grind it out. Like Dave Stereo is one of them.
Oh yeah.
Like
yeah, I've been glad I've been seeing him play more Celeste lately.
Yeah. Hopefully we can get him to return to the mics here over at GSA, because it's always a pleasure to commentate with Dave. So blackpear now in 15. So this is actually kind of crazy. Even though the IGT is a little off, because I guess not, because Psyched is at the end of 2000 and blackpear is about in the middle of 1500. I feel like blackpear has gained some time.
Well, we'll see.
Know. Yeah,
I don't think he has, but we'll see what time, because I think we said he was Psyched left 1500 at like 3:15, I think it was. So we're like touching the battling orb.
Oh, that's right.
It looks like they're pretty close. I mean, I think he might have gained a couple seconds, but
yeah.
I mean, at this point, you got to gain more than a couple seconds. He's got to be gaining like 30 plus seconds each section now. But he can still, of course, get some more points for himself by getting. By doing the best he can. So.
I see that Chad is requesting async here, which actually is nice, because I think all they have to do is, since it's a pre-recorded match, just kind of line things up. How crazy would it be if just by some miraculous miracle they sync up and blackpear's in lead? It's like, what? How did that happen?
Yeah. I mean, it could happen.
Yeah, you never know. No, it's like
Psyched could like accidentally returned a map.
That's true. He could accidentally
That has happened before.
Or restart chapter, and then just panic and think that he has to, like, you know, not return to map to get to where he needs to go.
It has happened before. I remember
that was season 1.
I remember I actually in season 1, I got to the end of 6A, and instead of skipping the cutscene, I like returned a map, and then I had to play the whole last checkpoint again. Although I think I might have actually, in hindsight, I think I might not have actually had to, but in the moment I thought that I had to. So
I
either way,
remember
I ended up playing like 25 seconds of gameplay again that could have been easily avoided.
And then TGH2 in 5B, he missed Bub's drop, and then hit, you know, return to map, but he thought that he hit return to map too soon before the timer turned.
Yeah, he didn't actually collect the heart. Yeah, or well, he did collect the heart.
He did collect the heart, but
he didn't think that he did.
Yeah, so
kind of the same thing with me, but
in a panic, he just went back in. And I was just like, wait,
yeah.
What?
And of course, this is my favorite one. Season 1, it was Evan's fight versus Scrublord, and
I already know. I already know what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
So for anyone who doesn't know, I really want to go find like an old clip of this, but Evan's fight actually, like, it's like the closest summit race like you've ever seen, like right there. You know, they're both in 3,000 meter. They're like, you know, like flag 2, flag 1. You know, they're like totally in sync pretty much. And Evan actually reaches the summit like a second before Scrublord, but he forgets to press skip cutscene at the top.
Yep.
And then like 2 seconds later, he pressed skip cutscene and ended up losing the race by half of a second.
When he had won,
Yeah.
I was at work getting ready to go home, and I was glued to my monitor at that time, and like I know.
I saw that one live too.
I started screaming, and everybody was like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I mean, I am, but I'm not."
Yeah. Well, because Evan's fight too, he was in season 1, like he was really on the any percent grind. He was like,
yeah.
He was trying to, you know, get a win under his belt because he was one of, like, when the league started, he was one of the lower ranked players, and so that would have been, I think, his first victory, and so like there was like all the pressure from that, and then I don't know, he was really bummed. But yeah, we always like to joke about the Evans fight cutscene skip.
Oh yeah, there are actually a lot of great moments.
Psyched. Okay, at least you grabbed flag 3.
There have been numerous great moments, not just in the seasons, but in the qualifiers as well. I think it'd be cool just to maybe we can get like a highlight reel of like some of the best moments.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. See, maybe talk to the heads behind the scenes and be like, hey, can we get something like that?
All right, and Psyched just now approaching the top.
And this is
finishing with a 29-12. GG's to Psyched.
It's gonna take this one. Blackpear still got a bit of ways to go, but I think he might be able to get some points out of this.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think he looks like he's on pace to get a low to mid 30. I think like 30, 20, 30, 25 maybe.
Flag 9 being fair this time around. Yeah, I think you're right. We're looking to see about a mid 30-ish. Okay, I see you, Chai.
Hey, dude, gotta get one. They only gave me one. Yeah, guys, get your Onyx in the chat. Get your points.
I don't have an Onyx account.
Oh, really?
I don't. Yeah. I'm just like, it's not my cup of tea. But is it like, I guess, do I have to be in a chat to play the game? Is that how that works? I don't understand.
Well, the Onyx, so the game is different from just putting the command in the chat.
Oh, okay.
So it's like you can play Golf Clash to get points, or you can type like the exclamation Onyx, I think like every 12 hours or something, and then that'll give you points as well. But yeah, Blackpear finishing up with a 30-27, slightly faster summit than what Psyched got. But man, look at that journal from Psyched, reflection in 5:30. That would be the equivalent of like a 527 6A, which is no one has ever achieved that so far.
And then we're seeing on blackpear side 2 620. So like, I mean, other than that, blackpear had a nicer resort.
That's what it came down to.
It really did. It came down to tempo and
it wasn't like something I want to point out as well is like it wasn't necessarily it came down to because Psyched did 6B. It was just because he played better overall. Like the amount of time saved from doing 6B is actually quite small. That definitely doesn't account for 50 seconds. I mean, it was mostly just because blackpear had a bit of a rougher time in that chapter. But GG's to both runners. I don't know if there's a possibility of an interview, or this was a
this is pre-recorded,
oh, yeah.
so
okay,
not this time. But
all right, well,
let me see.
Up next is going to be Marlon and Sushi, right?
That is correct.
That's going to be a pretty good race.
Oh, you're right, Aaron. To you, Psych 6B was deathless too, so that's really impressive.
Really good.
Just give him the golden berry, Matt. Just let him have it. Yes. All right, so we'll be right back with our final Celeste match of the day. So don't go anywhere, and we'll see you in a moment.